and pull back things like processes and services there, well, that's really, really useful data because you can correlate those two things, right? Do I see some really unusual information, that just doesn't seem to jive with what I expected to see there? So, again, you start looking at things, and that may be an indicator of, malware that's been installed or something along those lines. The number of unauthorized apps that are installed on standard builds, unauthorized app quantities over time, and then even the number of incidents that might be going on involving systems with unauthorized apps and then those without. So, these are things that tend to be pretty useful for different types of enterprise teams out there. Again, it really just depends on how far you want to go. Some people don't want to get that deep on software inventory, but if you can, these all tend to be useful metrics so that really more than anything else, you can chart progress and really determine kind of what your organization's state is. So kind of looking at some of the critical control metrics, because these are well defined within the critical controls. Again, especially for those of you that are a little newer to that program, within control number 1, they specify that to kind of indicate that you've accomplished the control or have it appropriately in place, you should be able to identify any unauthorized devices that are connected to the network within about 24 hours. You should be able to isolate those systems from the network within an hour of the initial alert. And then every 24 hours after that point, at a minimum, you have to have some sort of an alert or an email that gets sent until that system gets removed from the network, even if it's isolated. So these are kind of their bare bones metrics that people should try to strive for, and they of course encourage better, faster metrics than this, but this is kind of a bare minimum. Now this is a pretty decent standard to set, honestly.